Okay. Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the first ever installment of M3m0ry Bank. This is a podcast where we share our personal memories about a certain topic in the hopes to bring you, the listeners, entertainment. I am your host, Ed, and joining me today is my best friend and fellow YouTuber, RJ. Today's topic is going to revolve heavily around relationships. Pretty much the ups and downs, as you can say, and what you can expect in relationships in the dating world. So we're here to help you out in the guide. So, the chase, the whole part of the chase, like, is the chase the best part of a relationship, or what is? Like, I feel like there's so many things about it that you're like, I like this, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because it's not a win-win either. It's like a win-lose. Because in the chase, like, sure, you feel great. You feel amazing. It's like...
But also depends on how long you've been chasing, too.
That's true. And even then, for me, I feel like the chase, the initial chase, just gives you that adrenaline that, oh shit, this girl is cute. Oh shit, I think I might land this bird. That's the problem with me. I can't land it. Like, I'll take it off and just it'll never land.
I mean, also just depends on the, like, what you call it. It depends on who's chasing, too. Is it the guy? Is it the girl? Like,
that's true.
You know, in my case, technically, like, with my girlfriend, like, she technically chased after me first.
Yo, that came out of nowhere, too.
Basically, long story short, she gave me, we had a class together. She gave me a note that I read 3 years later. Didn't know she had a crush on me until I read the note 3 years later, aka 3 months ago. And yeah, and then here we are to now. And
damn.
I was like, oh well, it looks like she wanted me, so here we are. So, but I mean, going back, you know, to the past, you know, also there has to be an even amount of chase.
I agree with you there.
There needs to be a balance, because if you chase, sometimes you end up pushing.
That's true.
Instead of you reeling, you're supposed to, you know, it's supposed to be like, it's a big seesaw, you know, back and forth, back and forth.
It's like fish.
Once you start pushing towards too much, if you start, you know,
yeah,
that's when you start pushing the person away. And that's the one part of the chase I don't like, because you don't know when that boundary is. It's like, okay, am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? You know, that's where also communication comes in.
That's true.
That's where communication comes in. But
that's true.
At the same time, sometimes, depending on the person, it could be guy or girl, they kind of expect you to know if you're doing too much, and that's just like a kind of BS part. Like
that, yeah. Definitely the chase part. The chasing is fun. It's the adrenaline rush that I like. But definitely, in some relationships, from what I hear from other kids, is sometimes every day is a chase. Even though they are dating, it's still that constant adrenaline, that constant feedback that they like. And it's different for everyone. Like, one person might like it, one person might not, and it's just like, cup of tea.
Yeah, and
is
also,
there a cup of tea?
And it also depends on, like, how the chase is. Is it like, is it for exciting, but then it also becomes the chase where, like, it also can become anxiety at the same time, and then at this, you know, I
would imagine it's for that
in the very beginning.
Yeah.
In the very beginning, yeah, it's fun. It's like, oh wow, I'm actually doing it.
Exactly.
But then it comes to the point, like, oh my gosh, like, okay, she's going away, or he or she going away, then, you know,
that's the part where the chase starts getting desperate. That's where we should, like, for me personally, that's where I, like, just end it. And just like, no, I've already put too much into this.
Now you need to take a step back. And
I'm a bailout. Screw this. Fuck this.
Well, also you need to have them chase you, and if they don't chase back, then that's kind of, you know, where you decide, like, maybe, and it depends on each person. Maybe if you push a little.
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
It's so difficult.
With my girl, I don't know. I think there was just the right amount of chase, and that's how you know, like, oh, this is good. In a way, I put less effort in, but then I still get more effort out, because I don't know how to describe it. Like,
I mean, anything in the chase,
it just fell right together.
That's the part I still don't understand.
Or just like, even here, like, I'm gonna go here. Okay, you go there. You're gonna go there. I go here. You're gonna go here. Okay, I go there. It was like that. It wasn't like, oh, you're gonna go here and there and there. Okay, I need to go here. Oh wait, you went there. Oh wait, you went here. You know, I don't know if that makes sense, but like,
it's just,
there, you know, I think that's how you know when it's like right if it's right or wrong with someone.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part.
Yeah.
How you vibe with them and stuff like that.
That's true. And even in the flirting stage, like flirting, you can't teach anyone how to flirt. Like it's an art. Because my flirting technique works for me, but if I give you my flirting techniques, it's not gonna work.
It's like personal training.
Exactly.
Not everything's cookie cutter. Not everything's gonna work
exactly
the exact same. Maybe some things will, but not everything is going to work. You need to figure out what works best for you or that person.
Exactly. Not only that, the way you say it and the way you present it makes a whole difference.
Yeah.
Like,
you can't be like, I think.
I don't understand how guys are like, this is how you do it and this is why it works. No. Like, you can go to any girl and do that repetitively. Sure, you might get like a few that says, yeah, I like you. You're great.
If we reverse the role sometimes, it's a complete like if a girl is nervous to talk to you as a female or whoever's chasing, it's kind of cute.
It is.
But then when it's a dude doing it, it's like, oh,
it's desperate.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
Desperate.
I mean, it depends because you never know. A girl might find it cute, yeah, but it just depends.
And I feel like for the guys, it's just more we don't get it as much. So it's like, I fucking like this.
When
this
it does
fucking
happen,
great.
Exactly. When it does happen, you're like, oh my gosh.
But I can only imagine the girls' point of view of this.
Because they're probably just as nervous as us.
Yeah.
Probably just as
definitely nervous. Something that most guys never think about. Like, put yourself in their shoes. How would you react?
Yep.
Like,
so yeah, like with Paris, when I asked her, you know, when I asked her, like, you know, what made you want to give me that note? And she's like, oh, well, it's like, I thought you were really good looking from far away. And I was just like, you know what? If he doesn't text me, then, oh, well, it is what it is. If he does, then here we go. And so... Wait a minute. So she put the note in your bag? No, she gave it to me.
Oh.
I never read it until...
God damn it!
2 months ago. Yeah,
God
I know.
Damn it.
But, you know, at the same time, you know, I think it's a blessing and a curse because,
you
know, I wouldn't have had the experiences that I did and brought it onto now. And so that's why I'm not really tripping about it, because I think... I wasn't, I mean, you know how I was. I was still like kind of insecure of myself. I was still going through.
I mean, shit, everyone is to a point.
Yeah, and I was still going to thing with my ex, and like I think it would have been bad timing if, you know, maybe she is the most like understanding person I know.
True.
But, you know, I don't know at that time, like, if, you know, if she was actually gonna.
Yeah, not only that, that was maybe your second or.
That person, she technically would have been my second like serious relationship, even though it didn't last that long.
But even 3 months, that's still a significant amount of time to actually spend with someone.
Second, third, I don't know how to describe. But yeah, exactly.
Even
it
then,
just felt that relationship just felt like so long, bro. Like just of everything that happened. You know how.
Yo, fuck.
Yeah, you know how I was just, like, I was down bad. You know.
Yo, that's like the worst part too. After you realize something and then you notice changes, because you see on those Instagram posts or like Facebook posts where girls will start crying first and then go through the phases and then be okay, while guys, we don't feel it as much in the beginning but then feel it later on. I want to say it's the same.
Yeah, and it seemed, it's I mean, I've only had so much experience with so much and so little at the same time with experience, like,
exactly,
with relationships and long-term relationships. In particular, I don't have like super like a whole, like, I'm going along right now, and so like it's kind of weird, and it's just kind of uncharted territory right now.
Oh, definitely.
Just going on with it.
Oh, definitely.
And so
like what is the best pickup line you've ever gotten from someone?
The best pickup
like
line,
what is the best pickup line you've gotten or
the one
gave?
Okay, my best pickup line I gave is always the Titanic.
If you will.
So what you do is you ask, you know, like you can, you know, it doesn't matter what gender. You just ask, you know, the person, like, hey, have you ever seen the Titanic? I'll say yes or no, whatever. And he's like, oh, well, you want to watch it? I think it'd be a good icebreaker. It's completely silly, but
it
works and it doesn't work. I've used that line a couple of times on Tinder. It worked.
I mean,
There's other
shit.
times where they just hit the unmatched
If
button
it ain't
right there.
broke, might as well use it.
Exactly. But
I'm gonna be honest right now. I laughed at that message for like a good 10 minutes when I first read it. I was like, yo, this shit works.
yeah, I would go back to my I deactivated my Bumble, but there was a couple pickup lines that girls use. I was
Damn.
like, you know what? That was impressive.
That was good.
I don't have it anymore just because I guess some people would say that's a good thing that I don't have a Bumble. I think it's a good thing. Like having those dating apps in the beginning, it's fun. You're just going on
definitely.
dates and stuff like that. But then after a while, it's like like, can I just find the person already?
Yeah,
And
definitely for me.
There's only so many pickup
So
lines
many.
and so many things you can say like without being corny or cheesy and stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Uh-huh.
Like, you definitely have to rack your brain about it and just like, fuck, is that too cheesy or is that enough, smooth enough to be like, yeah,
And then that's
it'll
when
work.
that's when once you start overthinking it, that's when you know you shouldn't do it.
That's
you just
my
gotta,
problem.
You have to go with your basic first instinct. Of course, don't say something like outlandish.
Oh,
like,
fuck no.
like, I don't know, bring up politics with someone. Don't ever do that. Just,
That's like the worst idea to do.
Mhm.
Just why? Why would you do that? Just why?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the only pickup lines I've ever received were all from guys.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Like dudes hitting on you or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, it's flattering, yes. Like, remember I was at the gym?
Mhm.
The guy that was saying I had good calves.
Oh yeah. But I mean that's a compliment though. He's a
Yeah. Like literally after he said that, I literally just like look in the mirror and just look at him. And he's just staring. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if he is or not.
I don't think so. I don't think he is.
I don't think he is.
I think he's
I
just
think that's-
observing me.
Well, here's the thing. It's the gym though.
I know.
All dudes compliment each other at the gym. Like we're like, hey man, I like your bicep.
Exactly. That's the life we need to get into.
Yeah.
And honestly, the toxic masculinity, that shit needs to end. Like,
I know it's always. No, I think I find it hilarious when
It just-
when you see when you're complimenting like your friends or whatever. And
Yeah.
you see that one guy. That one guy is just like, oh, are these guys like, they're touching themselves or something like that? It's like,
No.
no, I mean we're just girls do the same thing.
it's the same thing. Why is it that when guys do it, it's like
I told one of my homies, like our homie, like, hey man, you got a juicy booty. Exactly. What's wrong with that? I mean, it's a juicy booty. It's
Hey,
not like I'm trying to. It's just it's just.
now reverse that.
Okay, well
That's
yeah. Oh yeah, then that's different. Of
that's
course.
mm-mm.
Unless you're really really close with her or something like that.
Exactly.
But, that's a different story. But then if it's a girl and a girl, oh, it's perfect.
True.
Like,
Which then brings into that next question of like, how many dates before you actually say, I like you, I want to continue this, or I want to kiss you, or do the deed? Like, how long? Because there's so many answers to this.
I think it all just depends though. Like, sometimes you find out on the first date. Sometimes.
That's true.
And sometimes you find out on
That's true.
the 80th date.
Shit.
It could. I mean, obviously, if you're on 80th date, you obviously like the person. So,
Shit.
I know, put two and two together. But sometimes let's be more realistic. Maybe the sixth person, like, okay, because obviously they have your interest if you're on the next date.
Oh, definitely.
And so,
like, for me, whenever I did this, I'd always go make her make the first move, cause this is a really hit or miss. Cause sometimes if you don't do it or initiate it, she's gonna be thinking, oh, he's not interested in me, or oh, this isn't going the way he wants it to. And then for me, I'm just like, I just don't want to be the needy or the super aggressive dude that goes, let's do this.
Yeah.
It's that weird balance of you need to know, but it's not something know. It's really confusing.
I know. It's you feel it. It's as if you're a nerd, it's the force.
Yeah.
It's the force. The vibe that's it's like okay. It's sometimes we. Another one thing, of course, is not to overthink. Like, oh,
definitely.
She accidentally touched my finger. It was on
definitely.
purpose. Yeah, I don't want to be like that. But there's certain signs that females, or well, in our case, we're gonna put females for example. But at the same time, not every female is gonna be
exactly.
But
It's different in every
if
boat.
they touch you, if they're always asking like, hey, you want to go here, you want to go there, are they, like oh, stop it, like
Definitely that teasing aspect. If that's not there, then maybe
well, also
not.
the distance they put between themselves too. It's also looking at it psychologically.
Interesting.
Like if they're kind of reserved off and stuff like that, that's just part of like obviously they don't really want you like that.
Oh, definitely.
But if they're more open and stuff like that, then then yeah, you have
for sure.
like also the way they put their hair. Not, again, not every girl's the same.
Exactly.
If they put their hair like then that means they kind of don't want to. I mean,
interesting.
if they put their hair, our one friend who we went to the baseball game taught me this actually.
Shit.
And and then if they put their hair, that means they're more open, willing to talk to you. If you've ever noticed, again, not every girl's the same, but this is from what my experience is.
That's true.
And it also just depends. It's body language. Okay.
That's true.
How they, if they're like, how they sit with you, or how
for sure.
It just it's all just it depends. Like
That's
me,
true.
we're just sitting straight, like, cause we're just talking. But if they get if you notice when someone gets interested, it's like, oh really? Now they turn to the side.
Guys, listen to this.
It's just all psychology. Of course, you don't want to overthink it. You don't want to be thinking of these things.
Oh no.
You just gotta know.
It's definitely it's definitely an art.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't just go into it.
It's experience. It's
definitely. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of laugh at the dudes that pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to a love guru, or like a person who says, read this book or do this and you'll land that day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's things you can pick up here.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, there's things you can pick up here and there.
The best way to learn it is just like continuously fail, because I'm a firm believer in failure is the greatest teacher of them all. Because if you fail, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
But through that failure, you might learn something else might work. You might have a better idea or some other little quirk that might work better than others. And yeah. But holy shit.
Yeah, it's just trial and error. Literally.
Trial and error.
Something you win some, you lose some.
Definitely.
Always take the duh. I mean, if you ever lose, like, you never give up.
Oh,
right?
never.
What you do?
Like the minute you give up, that's just admitting that you're not gonna get it. Admitting that you're not worth anything.
Yeah, and that's when
that's where depression sinks in.
Yeah, and people can sense these things. You and I. Like,
oh yeah.
And that's also about the confidence, though.
Oh,
how
for
confident,
sure.
Once you lose, they know.
Oh yeah.
Heck, even in regular own people, when
for
someone.
Sure.
Some people, are oblivious to these things, but you can sense, you can feel.
Like you can look at someone and just like look at them for like a good 2 seconds and be like, something wrong?
How confident are
exactly.
they? Reserved? Are they,
Like, especially in how they walk or how they stand. Like, if their chest is more up and their neck is more forward out, then definitely they're going to be someone who's more,
okay, they might just...
I need the paperwork. I need the documents. Where is this paperwork, Charles?
Yeah.
Compared to someone who's more slouched and more
like,
in the books, but to each their own.
Yeah.
But even then, that's just a giveaway to like, all right, something's off. It's difficult. It is difficult.
Yeah.
Because you never feel it. You can never feel it. Just like you'll think one thing, and even for people who don't have that much confidence or who don't have that drive, still it shows, and that desire is still there. Like,
yeah.
Even if you are quote unquote depressed or quote unquote not as confident with yourself, you still get that urge to want to mingle around and actually experience this.
Yeah, and it's all experience. Yeah.
What I want to say to those people is just take time for yourself. So the one question that most guys or girls don't ask is, am I ready for this? Do I have the time and energy to put into a relationship, or do I want this? Because for guys, especially guys, they just want the pound town. That's all they're thinking about.
Technically, that's what biology wants, but it's not always the case. You know, we're not all.
True.
You know, we can't be imbeciles here. Come on, y'all.
And
I mean, everyone has been. Even girls got their needs.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And so, but I mean, if that's the thing is,
like,
people are scared to communicate if that's what they want or not.
like, it's taboo to say that girls want it more than guys do.
Yeah,
it's taboo.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be because
It
we want
shouldn't.
the same damn. If you wanna fuck.
Just say it.
Yeah,
just say it.
It's so
we're
easy.
just as horny.
Yeah, it's like some people will agree, some people won't.
Honestly, it's to their own preferences, and I'm not gonna be like, hey man, if you're horny, just say you're horny. I'm not gonna say that. It's just if you're comfortable with it, fine.
But
just know our boundaries. You know, just know the boundaries of like. This is what you can say, and this is what you shouldn't say.
Yeah, you can't just come up to a random girl.
Oh hell no!
Although if you were to reverse the roles, it'd be like,
oh lord.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a lot of, you know,
oh lord,
double-edged, or you know, that
like,
say, but you know, time and place. You just gotta be smart with it. Like,
yeah,
have a social
you really need that
but,
social guide of like, this is what's good, this is what's not good, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. Now, this podcast isn't gonna be like a direct path of what to do.
Yeah.
It's not. It's no.
Just take. Here's the thing. Like when you're taking advice from someone, don't just take it from one person.
Exactly.
Take it from multiple sources. Come up with your own.
Your own conclusion.
Yes.
Your own conclusion. Your own deduction.
You know. I mean, hey, like for all my college people, you don't just get one source. You got to get multiple sources. 6.
Literally, you will get a fucking. You'll get like 50 points taken off just for like missing 2 references.
Yes.
And that's like out of 100.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like fuck.
Yeah, like you always get your best friends, you know, like what I do, I go down the list. Like
exactly.
It also just depends. Like I will start off with female friends. Like, hey, what do you think? And then I'll go to my male friends. All right, hey, what do you think? All right, here's what I'm gonna do. Because at the end of the day, it's up to you.
It really is.
At the end of the day, if they get, I mean, yes, some may get mad that, you know, you give them advice. Sometimes you go for the opposite. At the end of the day, it is up to you.
It is. It is.
So,
not only that, your friends who give you these advice, they're trying to protect you. They're trying to keep you safe.
And it is biased.
It really is. My only advice, really, this is advice that I'd give anyone. Surround yourself with good people. Surround yourself with, like, people that you trust, people that you can tell anything with. For instance, I only have like maybe like 5 or 6 people that I say I would die for them, kind of. Like if you can't say to someone I would push you out of the way of a train and sacrifice myself, that if that's not friendship, I don't want it.
True.
Like,
let me personally, I'm like, hey, I'm getting both of us out of here. Sorry.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. But like, if
you're gonna live, I'm gonna live.
Exactly.
Ain't gonna die today.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
No one's dying today. So.
But anyways, back to the actual point of it. Just being ready for a relationship. That's something that you have to come down to your own self and actually ask yourself. Like, do I see myself with this person in, like, say, 2-3 years?
Am I ready? Yeah.
Like,
you don't want to jump the gun sometimes.
No, because what I see in high school and even college, it's just like they will jump the gun so fast. And I hope this actually no, this is the GoPro 8, so it shouldn't be as
shouldn't.
But should.
We'll see. Yeah.
But yeah. But what I see most guys and girls do, like, especially in college and high school, they'll jump into a relationship and then they'll be traumatized or broken down because of that relationship. And then at the end of the day, it's the question of, did you think about it? Did you actually think about it? Did you think it through? Did you actually decide whether or not this is worth it? I think also that's
a thing. I think it still comes back to overthinking. Because if I mean, from my experience, the more you start thinking too much in a relationship, that's how, I don't know, it just doesn't end up going in the right
No, it doesn't.
I mean, it's kind of one-sided.
It definitely
like with me
is.
in my current relationship right now, everything is just happening. And it's just going. I'm like, whoa, you haven't had the time to stop and think. And sometimes, it's important to think. Like,
exactly.
you know,
like there are
where you
some
have-
decisions where you have to be like,
and it just needs to be a boat cruise though. It's not, I mean, well, sometimes it feels like like everything's just
for
happening.
sure.
But you know, sometimes you just need to stop, just think for a second.
oh,
Not for too
Facts.
long, not for every day. Just
Oh, no,
think,
no.
like, where do I want this? Do I want, like, I mean, obviously, I think if it's going well, you know, just go with the flow.
exactly.
Go with the flow. Not, there's no point in like, this is going too well, need to make this end now. Like,
I don't understand that.
But some people do set themselves up for failure.
Yeah.
They set themselves up for failure.
Oh, yes.
And then that's how it just ends up, and then they end up getting hurt. And believe
For
me,
sure.
I was there too.
Like even for me, the one problem that I kept running into is trying to look for something in someone that wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because for me, for the long time, I would go into these relationships thinking, "Oh, this is great. This is fucking great," and then slowly but surely, the ugly side of everything that I don't want to see comes out. Like, for me, talking about my parents with the lady is something that I'm not too comfortable with, just because, in my experience, being a pastor's kid, I always got the butt of the joke. Just like, oh, he's the goody two shoes, or oh, he's not gonna do what we think we're gonna do. I mean, I've done lots of stuff. Let's just put it at that. I've done a lot of stuff.
You went skydiving? Oh, nice. Awesome. Never done that before.
Yo, freaking skydiving is the one thing I want to do, but I know I'm gonna piss myself doing.
One of our friends did it actually recently.
Yo, that man is crazy. He said he was high as hell when he was doing it. I was like, bro.
I think I don't blame him. I'd take a couple shots too if I were doing it. Like, it'd take
Yo,
me,
same.
It'd take some liquid encouragement
Like,
to get me to
fucking
do that.
give me a bottle of Jack as I'm jumping. I'll drink it as I'm freaking falling. Like,
exactly.
ugh.
Yeah.
But even then, just that fact that I was a pastor's kid. So anytime I would jump into a relationship, I wouldn't bring that up. Just because I know from past experiences that once I bring it up, they'll immediately be like, oh. It's just that word, that one word that just like,
I think, but then,
oh.
but I think that's when they kind of, it's either they, like, if you say a girl, like, and then they go away, that means, you know, it's not meant to be.
Exactly, and I didn't see that.
If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to. But if they can get past that,
Oh,
you know,
for sure.
no one is perfect.
For sure.
No one is perfect. It's whether or not if you're willing to
Oh,
accept
definitely.
the imperfectness.
Like, it took
and
me...
how much imperfectness
Oh,
can you
facts.
accept. Yeah.
Like, it took
then,
me
you know,
a good 2 years. 2 years to be like, you know what? If she doesn't accept me for who I am, fuck it.
Yeah. Then that's it. That's you have to know, and you will eventually know who you are.
Oh, definitely.
What you want, what you deserve. You know,
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
the way I always, it's the third law, or is it the Newton's third law? Every reaction is equal. Like every action, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. It's one of the laws of physics.
One of
But
them.
no, I think it applies to life though, because
Oh,
if whatever you put in, you should get out. If you don't get out what you put in,
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the title. Someone in the comments say it.
yeah, one of the laws, it's in physics. But for every action, there is an equal, there isn't always equal
Oh, definitely.
reaction.
Definitely.
So that applies in life too. Whatever you put in, you should get out. If you're not getting out what you put in,
No.
out.
Like, get out of that.
Yeah, get out. It's not worth it. It's not worth your time. No
It's
point
not.
in pushing and pushing and pushing, putting in all the effort, and you're not getting anything out of it. I mean, that's not even just sex like that. Like
It's just
reaction.
not
like,
worth
what
your
just even
time.
the small things. Like, I don't know. You always making like, you know, like food. Like, okay, well, I should probably give back some else. Like,
exactly.
You know, also same thing. You know,
It's a give and take.
you need to do the same thing. If you know they're giving you stuff, you need to appreciate. If you don't appreciate it, then,
definitely.
well, I mean,
You're a fucking douchebag. Like you sir need to
or at least
go to
learn,
Jesus.
Yeah, at least learn. Like, oh wow, this person's doing like what my girl's doing for me. I sometimes feel like, damn, she's doing a lot for me. Like, what the heck am I gonna do? Like, if you're having that reaction though, at least you know.
Bro.
And I think it's already good enough. That's good enough.
Like the fact that you are showing that emotion of thank you. I appreciate this. This is something I don't get every day. And it's not like, oh, you're gonna get this every single day. Even if you do get it every single day, you still need to give that 100% response of thank you, I appreciate this, and that way it's not gonna be like a stale relationship.
Yep, exactly.
And I know there's some people out there saying, but this is the one. This is the one. I just need to put more time into this.
And then again, it just depends. How long have you been with this person?
Or how long have you known this person?
Yes,
like, if you've known this person for like 2 months, boy, dip out. Dip out.
Yeah.
If you've known this person for over a year and you actually talk to her on a daily basis, I'd give it a shot.
There's only so many shots you can shoot.
Yeah, definitely for someone you know
when to give, when to back down.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
let's be honest. I'm gonna put gaming perspective in this. You see a guy, we're playing Call of Duty. See an enemy, you shoot him. You have 1 shot left until you're dead. Do you A, say screw it, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit, or you know what, I'm gonna back out?
Like,
you have 1 shot. Do you want? It's just up to you whether you want to take that shot.
Like, if you're full on like confident that this is going to work, fine, fuck it, do it. But if you know for a fact or have that doubt, that little tiny feeling, that little tiny little slight, like, I don't give a shit if it's like 99% I'm confident and that 1% is like, I don't know about this. Listen to that. I don't know about this guy.
Yeah, and that's this person. That's where you have to, like, okay, you're gonna hit the
exactly
the B button, just duck and cover, and then run away.
Beeline it, fucking beeline it.
Yeah,
you don't want to be in that mess.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
but then it also just comes down to communication.
It really does. I mean, for me, I've had quite a lot of flings. That's not a flex. It's a horrible flex. I fucking hate it. It's a disgusting thing.
Some may see it as a flex, some may see it as a...
If you think it's a flex, you're a fucking disgusting piece of shit. That's all I'm gonna say about you. But if you think this is a horrible... Like...
it also depends on...
No.
What's being flung.
No.
What's being flung.
So for me, like...
Because some people do flings, and then, like, sometimes it's there are good flings.
There are.
Because sometimes that turns into good actual, like, relations and stuff like that.
But it comes to a point where you...
Well, when there is a mutual fling.
Yes.
I think it's a mutual fling. Not like, I'm gonna break his or her heart, like, at the end of this thing.
Oh, fuck no.
And they don't know. Yeah.
I fucking hate them.
Yeah, it's a gift and a curse. There's fun flings, again, mutual flings.
Definitely.
Good, but...
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, growing up, like you said, some people take it as a flex. Some people think it's disgusting. I personally think it's disgusting. I fucking hate it. Only because I've been doing multiple flings in like a year.
Yeah, I think your first flings are always fun. The first.
Yeah, definitely the first 2 or 3 are like.
But then you get to a point, it's like, do I really want to be?
Yeah.
Now, do I really want that for the rest of my life?
Oh yeah, definitely. And just even that fling. Like, sure, some of the flings want to pursue something else, but then for me, it's just like, but we just met.
Yeah.
And we just did it. No.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, that's kind of how me and my girl are.
Not to degrade it by any means,
I mean,
but
I think it just depends.
Yeah.
But I think me and her vibes are just clicking right there and then there.
Like, if it clicks, fucking go for it.
Yeah, and then that's why I was just like, I'm gonna keep doing this. Oh, this is really good. Wow,
exactly.
Okay, I actually like her.
Exactly.
Here we are, 3 months later. It's like, oh wow.
Like,
okay then.
The weirdest fling I've ever had was this one girl. She fucking... It was the weirdest experience. I'm not that big on toes.
How much you there, bud?
I'm not big on toes. But this girl would shove her foot down my mouth and be like, you like that? I was so disgusted. I literally just went, bitch, get the fuck off me.
I mean, hey, like, I think, everyone has their kinks, and Everyone has their kinks.
Oh,
And,
definitely.
I think it's always important that you. Sometimes kinks are spontaneous, and you never know, you might actually like
You
it.
never like the one kink I didn't think
I
I'd
got
like.
bit.
You
I was surprised I liked it.
bit where?
That was on my shoulder.
Okay, okay.
I was just like,
I was about to say, if it was the other place, I'm thinking.
God, hey, some dudes like that, and I think sometimes they're just spontaneous. But if there's like that little doubt, you should always ask.
Yes.
Always ask.
Like, this is definitely with consent.
Yes. Obviously, you're asking.
Like, don't ever do anything without consent. Like, that's just basics. Like, common human sense, really.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure not every dude wants to be pegged. So.
Like, fucking hell. Like, the basis or the rule of thumb I always give is, what would the other person think if I did this to them? What would I think if someone else did this to me? Would I like it? Fuck no. Then don't do it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's all about communication.
it really is. Up to this point, it's just ask them, know what it is that they want, and then go on to it.
Regardless, that goes from sex to relations.
Exactly.
Like,
and going back to
car to flavor ice cream, always ask.
Just fucking ask.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's not the hardest thing to do. Just ask a question. Like, sure, some of those questions might ruin your pride, might get at you, but it's better than fucking ruining something else, And going back to that one question of, how do you know you're ready?
You just know.
You just know, but
you just know. But
even then,
if you're confident within yourself, if you don't think about the other person, if you don't feel weird,
oh, for sure.
You don't see, and you see yourself with this person instead of the past person, man. That's kind of it's one of the ways you can know you're ready. There's other ways. There's other factors.
Definitely a lot of factors. Because definitely when it comes to, I'm not gonna say I'm super experienced in this. Like, both of our experiences aren't as outlandish or too experienced, but failure has taught us a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Failure to me is, like I said, the biggest teacher that anyone can go and ask.
Yep.
Because you can go back to it and be like, this didn't work because this, or this didn't work because this. And it's just like, you need to go through those phases to be understanding of what that other person wants, or understanding of what you personally want. And that goes into kinks as well. Like,
yeah, experience is experience.
Exactly. Like,
as a
God
of
mischief says.
Yes, experience.
Experience is experience.
Yeah, I mean,
no matter if it's failure.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what you've been through, though, of course, there are other experiences that you don't ever want to go through again. But
definitely.
At least you experienced it. At least you know what to look out for. At least, but I mean, obviously, we're gonna be straight up here.
And at the end of the day,
if you're sexually assaulted, then I'm pretty sure you don't ever want to live through that ever again.
No,
and, like, I don't wish that upon anyone. Like,
no, rape is. It's just.
I mean, I mean, if you ever, whoever's watching this, sorry if this brings up a bad memory, but. It does happen, unfortunately.
It does.
I first of all, those people who do that, it really infuriates me. It's like
I don't get it. Why? Just why? Other than the fact that you get your urges.
Well, diving into it psychologically, maybe the past trauma, or maybe they've seen their parents do that, so they think in their mind it's okay. Obviously, it's not.
For me, I'm not mad at the person who commits it. Now, before you guys fucking roast me or fucking demolish me on my social, I blame the people who raised that person.
Yeah.
I blame the people that he or she was around. Because that person, everyone has a breaking point. Like, everyone has a limit that they can take. Like, there's a study that's been done on rats where you can put a rat into water for like half an hour and then leave them there, but then pick them out. Because sometimes rats, what they do, they'll swim and paddle, but then they'll start slowly sinking into the water because they're pretty much saying, all right, I'm fucking die. There's no way I'm gonna get out of this. But researchers have found that if you pick the rat out and put them back in, they can last for like 60 hours continuously paddling in the water. Like
me paddling, it's like 20 seconds. And I'm like, all right, I'm dead.
Exactly. Like everyone's different. Like the point I'm trying to say is, if a rat can fucking do that, imagine what us humans can do. Like, imagine what we can do in the span of 60 hours. There's so many things. And I for one feel bad that the people who commit these crimes or anything that assaults people, it's just like, I don't blame them. Sure, 20% of the blame goes to them.
Yeah, because ultimately
they did it.
They did it. It was up to them. They decided.
They were the final decision making. They had the final decision to say, yes, let's fucking do this. But 80% of that blame, it goes to
the past experience.
Exactly.
Well, then you also go back to like I forgot. There's this one case of this one serial killer. I forgot what it was. The guy lived a good life. Nothing was wrong. He was just like the youngest child, but
oh, for sure,
something about him. And, you know, that's where that's mental disorder too. Like,
oh yeah,
obviously there's something mentally wrong with them.
Like even with Ted Bundy.
And like this guy, like he do really very gruesome things to people, and you know he had it's
just that one little
good
thing.
Life in the beginning, but it obviously something was wrong with him, and so it's not always the parent. It's also something that's going. It's really really psychological, really is, and unfortunately, you know, they do take it out on others, and others get hurt, and it sucks, it really does.
And for me, I might have a very obsolete view on this, just because I don't really look into it.
Because let me say though, like if any of my female friends, like if I see them like, you know, with marks or anything like that from this, that's
fucking red flag.
Red flags. Is out, like it's also a power trip.
It is,
because it's like you're beating down on someone that you know won't fight back. Like, oh, okay, well if he thinks fight me, then let's go.
Exactly.
And that's when if you've noticed, like a lot of, like sometimes with these cases, it's always like, you know, it's an insecure dude. So they need to like give that power, or not give, but
they need that dominance.
They need to take that power on someone else, because it's again, it's insecurity. It's overcompensation, and so that's when, unfortunately, they end up doing those things, and
it's just like,
it sucks, because but believe me though, if I ever find out, like even guys can go through it too.
Oh, for sure,
guys can go through it, and that's when I tell them, like, you know, like
for girls they go through the physical beating. For guys it's more the mental beating.
But it could be both too.
Definitely both,
because there are really, you know, it's just toxicity in general.
Just toxic all the time. Because I remember dating this one Asian chick. I think she was Filipino.
I know my kind. No, we're not all like this.
Yeah, no. For me personally, I don't like dating Asians. Before anyone roasts me again in the fucking comment section, I only say that because fucking at the end of the day, I don't like it because shit, they are controlling as fuck.
Not all of them, but yes, but it's just in our culture.
That's true, but it always happens.
Isn't it because, like, isn't more like from my perspective, being Filipino too, it's always the kind of woman dominant sometimes. Like there is the male, there's us, you know, kind of like the muscle. Like even in my family, it's in the bag, but then there's the woman who kind of makes the deciding factors almost.
That's weird.
It's how it is.
It's so weird. Like
it's not the same with every household, but from my experience, how it is.
Like in almost every Asian family I've been in, like they will always go to the mother, or like, cause how in my family, for instance, if I want a direct answer to what's going on, or a direct answer of, hey, I need money, I'll go to my mom. But if I want like an easy answer and just like, fuck it, he said yes, I can do this, I'll go to my fucking dad. Yeah. Like, I love them both, but definitely my mom is a little stubborn at times, but who knows?
Yep.
But at the end of the day, out of all these relationships, so many things. Just so many things. A, don't be an asshole. B, take things slow. Like, there's no rush. Like, I'm 23, you're 23. Fucking, there's no reason to rush anything.
Just go with the flow. Go with the flow.
Like, even for my career, I'm just like, I'm gonna be in this job for like at least a good 5-10 years. At least.
One thing at a time.
Like,
at your own pace.
Exactly. And I hate how guys are like, I need to get married. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. There's like, you know, there's also constructs like me. I kind of had that thing too. Like, I want to be, you know, you do set goals for yourself. There's nothing wrong with setting goals for yourself.
Oh, definitely.
But unfortunately, with those things where it involves another person, you can't always rush that.
Like, getting married before 30. That's a construct I want to destroy. Like, what the fuck? Like,
unfortunately,
it's scary for me to think that in 7 years I'm 30.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, because that's another thing. Because I was like, oh, you know, by this time I'll find them, and then by this, I'll be like this, you know, and you know, you're come to think, like, oh, I'm kind of behind on schedule, like.
Yo, it is.
Yeah.
Like, on one point, it's like, fuck. I thought I'd be in a relationship at least 2-3 years in, or like something like that. But here I am, single as fuck, trying to talk to one girl. I will not say her name because she is wanting to be anonymous. She will be part of the podcast sometime soon. But for now, she's going to be anonymous. Sad face.
It's okay.
But yeah.
One thing at a time.
So what are some, like, out of everything you've learned in your past relationships, or flings, if we can say, like, what are some things that you take away and still to this day, like,
carry on?
Yeah.
So, number one is communication. You need to be able to communicate. If you hold all these feelings in, you don't give it out, it's gonna eat you alive, and it's gonna destroy you. It's gonna destroy you within yourself.
To add on to that,
and the relationship.
Oh, definitely. To add on to that, just being clear and specific with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, talking isn't gonna solve everything, but talking with time and precision.
It's adult. It's about being like being adult. You're not kids
really
anymore.
Is. Because at the end of the day, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, just fucking let it go.
Yeah, it's okay.
Fucking let it go.
You know,
it's not gonna ruin you. It's not like, sure, you're gonna hurt for like maybe 2-3 months, or like maybe half a year,
or maybe 2 days.
But that's gonna look like fucking a little tiny scratch compared to 5 years later.
Yes.
You know? But continue on.
It's only temporary. But yeah, like, communication is one thing.
Oh yeah.
Confidence. I mean, this is mainly within guys. You know, if you need to show that you need to establish a difference between confidence and cockiness.
Yeah.
Confidence within yourself. Cockiness is when, you know, you're doing things that's not really about you. You're not. No. It's not you. Like, confidence within yourself, your personality, your body. You know, you know, within, no matter what body type you are, it's all about the confidence. Because I can guarantee you can. I was really ripped. I was really shredded, but I was not confident within myself. And females can sense, the females I've been with.
It's so fucking scary.
Sense that.
Like,
but then you end up, like, later on, even with just people in general, you can sense, like, there's something, I wouldn't say wrong, but this person needs help. Like, this person needs more.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And so you sense that within people, but, like, it's just confidence within yourself.
Definitely.
Definitely. You know, if they leave you, they leave you.
Like, at the end of the day, confidence is something that you have to learn.
Yes.
It's not something that people can teach.
It does not happen overnight.
No. And I hate the love gurus who are like, you need to be confident and do this.
Yeah, you do need to be, but it takes time.
It takes time. It's not going to be like, I paid $80 for this. Why am I confident? You can't pay $80 for
confidence. I mean, maybe a nice shoes can boost your confidence. Yeah. Give you your full confidence.
But if you are like me, where you're a little on the heavier set side, go to the gym. Work out. Actually, focus on yourself first, because that's what I'm doing. Because for the past, like, 2-3 years, just fucking depressed. Like, I am a person that who doesn't show everything. Like, for me, I'll show, like, microaggression. Like, I'll get angry. Like a little bit like David So, a little bit. Like, I'll be angry for no fucking reason, but then out of the blue, I'll be like, oh, happy as a daisy. And then just angry again, out of nowhere. And just, I'll go in my room and just fucking either smoke or do something to try and alleviate it. And I saw that that's not the way, and it hasn't been working at all.
You just gotta figure out what it is. Sometimes it just could be a snack, and
yeah, literally, how long have I been to the gym? Like 2 months or
like about a month and a half at least. Yeah, a month and a half. You've been going.
Like ever since I've started going to the gym, I'm losing weight. I feel better. I'm not as stressed. Maybe.
I mean, because exercise is a stressor.
That's true.
However, it's a good stressor.
But just confidence is key. It's definitely something that you can't learn. It's something you have to actually fail and gain time over and over. You can't just rush it either. Because once you rush it, that's when it's like, this isn't worth my time.
Yep.
And you have to understand, why are you doing this? Like, this confidence, why are you trying to gain this? Is it to get the girl? Because that's not a big motive.
Nope.
And even for guys who go to the gym, it's like, I'm doing this to get ripped so that I can get the girls.
Nope.
That's not a big motive.
It's not. And the same thing goes with cars. I'm building this car for others. No. It's if you're doing it to have others like you, then no. Honestly, like, I mean, there's small things you can do, but you have to do it for yourself. I am working out so I can be healthy, I can look good, and I will accept myself. But sometimes, as I am like a fitness, I wouldn't say guru, but like an influencer. Look at some of overweight guys who get like a really hot girl.
It's all confidence.
It's confidence.
It's just,
and just also really like skinnier dudes who still get a hot girl.
It's just like,
it's confidence within yourself. Like,
here's the thing.
Yes.
Like,
that's where the confidence and cockiness.
And I hate the people saying, is what's inside that matters. It's like, sure, but you could be confident as fuck and still be a douchebag.
Yeah.
And still get the girl.
That's cockiness. Yeah. But that's how it works, because the girls sense that masculinity.
Exactly. And we're not saying that all girls are attracted to this.
No.
We're just saying that
from our experience.
This
is all from our experiences.
Just it's memory bank, damn it.
Yeah.
Fuck. But the things that I've taken out from the relationships that I've accumulated is trust.
Yep.
Trust is like the biggest thing that I've come across, and just because, fuck, I've been cheated on quite a bit. So that's why the flings were so cool to me, I guess. Because there was no, like, strings attached to it. There was no feelings, no nothing. But then after a while, I felt disgusted, as I said. Just because it was fucking disgusting. Because, like, I'll get a random call at night and be like, are you doing anything? And sure, at the moment, I'm like, yeah, let's fucking do it. But at the end of the day, it's like,
it's not healthy.
It's disgusting.
I wouldn't say that. I think you're labeling it wrong. It's just,
no. For me, I felt disgusted.
Within yourself?
Just inside, just internally, I felt disgusted. Like, sure, I enjoyed it in the time. I enjoyed it.
Looking back on it, though.
Yeah, looking back on it, though.
It's just mentally, it just wasn't good for you.
It just fucking hurt. Mentally and physically, I kind of want to throw up. Just because, sure, some of the girls that I did do these flings with wanted to pursue something else, but I, for one, wasn't wanting to do anything with it. Because, like you said, someone who just got out of a long-term relationship, they're not so willing to get into a relationship. Because the hurt's still there.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get over that. Like, I know I talked to some of my friends about the one, remember the Europe girl? The one that went to fucking London?
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me fucking 2 years to get over that.
Yep.
I went through therapy.
It'd be like that.
I went through fucking therapy to get over that shit. And I gained so much fucking weight from that.
Yeah, and it happens. Everyone's different. Sometimes it takes 2 days. Sometimes it takes 2 years.
It really does. But so at the end of the day, it's really being comfortable with yourself, being confident, and just being able to trust someone. Because the thing you need to know is relationships don't just happen.
Mm-hmm.
You need to first become their friend,
Mm-hmm.
get to know them,
Mm-hmm.
and actually build that relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and then take that step forward.
Yep.
Because the minute everyone's like, oh, he's got a girlfriend, oh, she's got a boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
most of the time those people actually talk through it, actually know each other before taking that next step.
Mm-hmm.
Because what is a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is a relationship to you? Is it just purely for sex? Is it just purely to get to know the person? Is it just purely to, flex on other people, saying, look at my badass bitch?
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone's different, yes. But at the end of the day, it's your story. It's your life. And it's just like, why do you go through all that you do
Mm-hmm.
without a point?
Yeah.
Like,
Some people don't have
the one thing that I remember from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, especially, remember Han's spiel to that one dude saying, why do anything if... I keep forgetting that line. Why do anything if there's no reason behind it? Or...
Oh, you mean what's the point of a race?
Yeah.
If I were to race, it'd be for something important.
Exactly.
Why else do it at all?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, if it's not gonna be important, or if it's not gonna be impactful to your life, why the fuck do it?
There's short-term, long-term goals. But yeah.
True. At the end of the day, it's your thing, but I think that is all the time that we have today.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for tuning in. If you've made it this far, might as well hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and eventually this will go on iTunes and Spotify. I just need to figure that shit out. But stay tuned for next week's video, where next week's I keep saying video. Next week's podcast.
It's a video podcast.
Video podcast. But next week I will bring on my good old friend Devin, who lives in Boston right now. So we're going to do a Zoom call. Stick around for that podcast that's coming out next week. But until then, bye.